Okay, for this week's cleanup, I think we decided that we are going to clean up this axe head. And so it's this old Craftsman logo, the double circle there, the double oval. And so I think we can clean this up. Now, this one here has that mushrooming on the head. And so I think from the comments, I'm kind of gathering that people would like to see this one brought back to its former glory. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm in front of my ultrasonic cleaner. I've been warming it up. So we're at 60 out of 61 degrees Celsius. And so I just changed out the water today, by the way. And so as you can see, this bad boy is hot and ready to start cleaning. And so we're going to go through and dump this in there and see what we can do. So let's see here. I'm going to take my axe head and kind of lay it in there and then see if I can drop it in there ever so slightly. There you go, if that's slightly. And then we're just going to let it work. And so you can already see it's already starting to do its thing. And then I'm going to turn this on. It's going to make a lot of noise, and then we're going to cut off. All right. And I'll bring you back whenever we go through and get it out of here. And maybe we might have to clean it up or throw it in the Evapo-rust. All right, here we go. Minutes goes by fast. You can tell that water's just not the same, right? And so I got to tell you, I didn't bring a tripod over here, so I think I'm going to have to pull this out. Let's just see if I can this way. And you can see just from the look of it, a lot of the dirt and grime is off of that. And I'm going to probably have to put you down so I can put it in the water, neutralize it, and then we'll probably throw it in the Evapo-rust. I'll be back. Okay, so we put it in the water incidentally, so we just have some plain water in this little container here. So you can tell that it took off all the dirt and grime, and you can really tell that incidentally just because of the coloration of the water. So now let's take it, and we're just going to quickly take some of this water off, and so just to dry it off, and then we're going to put it into our Evapo-rust right here. So we're going to lay that in here, and you can tell a little bit better lighting on this area. We're going to try to get as much of this off as we can. So we're just going to drop that right in there, and away we go. We're just going to let that sit. So actually on this one here, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off on the back here. And then on this one, we're actually going to turn it on the back here. And so get that going. And you can tell that fan's pretty loud on this one here. We're going to turn that on. We're going to put our lid back on here, and then when we hit this, the timer is going to start heating it up really quickly. And so we're just going to let this sit for just a little while, and let's see how it looks here after 30 minutes. We might even let it sit for the rest of the night. All right, that's where we're at right now. So here we go. Okay, we are here at our ultrasonic cleaner for the Evapo-rust that we dumped that axe head in. So now I think what we want to do is take it out. So let's kind of see what that picture looks like here. So get all this condensation dripping away. And then let's pull it out and let's see here. All right, it's been soaking for a little while here, so going to get all of this as much as we can off of here. All right, that's what we have. So I tell you what, let me grab it, and then let's see if we can see how hot it is. Man, it's probably pretty hot. All right, and so let's see what we can do to kind of bring it right on over here to our tub here. So see if we can get this bad boy cleaned up a little bit. Get all the Evapo-rust off, kind of neutralize it a little bit. And kind of go from there. So, and then we'll see what kind of condition we are up against here. So even at the bottom here, kind of get this all cleaned up. Okay, so check that out. So there's our logo, and look how clean that is now. Man, there's zero rust on this bad boy, I don't believe. And so how cool is that, right? And so you can even tell where this part has been tempered down here, because that part is darker than the rest of it here. And so we'll see how it cleans up the rest of the way, but initially that's what it looks like there. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty doggone excited about that. Now we're gonna need to go through and probably give it a little bit of wire wheel, and then let's go through and address the mushrooming. Is that a word? Well, you know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's go get it in the wire wheel, dry it off and get it in the wire wheel. We'll be right back here. Okay, we got it dried off, and just to get a little bit better look on that is what we're up against here. So let's go through. It's pretty much dried off for the most part, and let's put it on the wire wheel, see what we can do to clean it up. So here we go. Okay, so you can see how it cleaned up a little bit, even a little bit cleaner, a lot cleaner actually compared to when we first started. My goodness, we got some condition issues. You can tell this thing is indented this way, and it's got a little bit of that flaring out, that mushrooming. Still can't say that word. And then we have it over here that's been beat down. This side looks pretty all right. But you can tell all along through here, it's just not smooth at all. And so we're not going to do anything with the faces other than what we have already done likely. What we want to do though is to go through and address this issue here. So let me get set up with that. I think what we're going to need to do is kind of dig out our grinding wheel, and then we're going to need to probably try to tack that and knock that down in a quick hurry, and then we can dress it up with our little angle grinders and kind of go from there. So let me see what we can do here. Okay, I got my little stand set up here. I think I'm just, instead of digging out the angle grinder just for this, since we're just going to try to address this, I don't think I'm going to go through and dig that out. I'm going to use my little angle grinder here instead of the bench grinder. Let's see if I can make some headway with that, and if not, I'll dig it out and kind of go from there. I can even tell there's such a lip inside there. We'll see how much of that comes out. But anyways, let's kind of get going and let's see what we can do. All right, here we go. Okay, so you can see what I've done here, and when I look at it, I can still feel, and maybe you can even see it, a little bit of a indentation there. I kind of wonder if that's just natural there. So I might just leave this for a moment. Let's work on the other side, and we'll work on this part right here. Actually, we'll probably work on this part first while we're here, and then we'll address the other side. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So we got this side cleaned up, and as you can see, we got the edges cleaned up that way. Now let's work on the top just a little bit. This side is pretty good, except for just a little dings and dents where they've missed or whatever they've done over all that time. And so this one, we're just going to smooth it out just a little bit. Let's just see what we can do. And then of course we got this back end yet that we're going to try to address. All right, here we go. All right, so this is what we have here. See if we can get it to focus in, maybe. So this is what we have. The old Craftsman logo still intact. Try to be real careful to go around it, but all that flared out portion is not there anymore. So now I think what we need to do is probably put it on our conditioning belts and kind of clean it up a little bit more, kind of smooth some of this away. See if I can kind of get in there a little bit better. And then I'm going to try to address some of the flaring portion in here, perhaps. This side feels really good. This side is obviously not correct. So that'll be our next step. Okay, here we are. So we got it pretty much rounded off. So can't determine whether I want to go all out, but if I do, then I'm going to take away all this texture, and I don't think I want to do that. So that's the only thing that scares me. So this is what we have thus far. So we haven't addressed the end of it, you know, for the sharpening end there at all. So I don't know whether I leave that as a little bit of character or not. Since we're not going crazy, I did take away a little bit of that mushrooming there. But as we get going, that's what we have. So what do you think? So obviously I think it went this way just because of the opening here and probably the mushrooming over here. So, and just the angle of the axe, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so that's kind of what we have for you. Now the next step is, you know, do I blue it or do I just oil it? I don't know. I just don't know what to do about that one. But before I get there, I need to try to address this a little bit to some extent or another. So I'll see what I can do about that. Okay, I think I feel good about just leaving it as is. It's not perfect. There's scratches on it, such like that. But I think for me, I think less is more. So I don't want to go through, because if I polish it out too much, then it makes this look kind of odd, I think. So I polished it out enough. And I don't think I'm going to blue it. I think I'm just going to go through and put a little bit of oil on it. If we don't like it, then we can always take the oil off and then blue it at that point. But let's just try it and see what that does first of all, okay? Man, good sized can over at an estate sale, as you can see here. And this bad boy came in for $1. So that's a pretty good size for $1, I think. So throw a little bit of oil on here, and then we're going to rub it in, and let's just see what we come up with here. So we'll just take you along for the ride. And all we're trying to do is just give it a little bit of protection. Not that this thing's going to see any type of use at all. It'll just be sitting in a drawer on display or something like that. So we're not gonna be exposing it to the elements. And also, I did not do anything with the tip here. So let me wipe it down, and then I'll come back at the end of the video and show you what it looks like. Okay? All right. Okay, we are back. Man, I got to tell you, this thing, I like it. I think I like it just the way it is. So let me show you what we did here. And so you can see right from the beginning, we have that logo that really came through really nice, right? And so I love that. I think that's really good. And then as we look at it from this angle, we can see how it all cleaned up. Remember how it was? Maybe if I can remember, I'll throw a picture of what it was beforehand. And then on the back side, this is what it looks like here. We didn't do anything with the cutting edge here. We just kind of left it as is. All we were trying to do, or at least I was trying to do, was just simply clean it up and preserve it here. And we took out all of those dings and dents, and then remember all that mushrooming that was here on both sides. We took all of that out. And so now it's flat. Now this thing he have, and you can see here, has this little bit of this indentation, but it's true on this side too. So this was a little fatter, and I didn't want to lose that part, so I left that. And that's the reason why you see the texture there. Because if I were to grind that all the way down, since it was true on both sides, then I feel like I would have lost some of that form that way. And so, my goodness. I think it turned out great, but you be the judge. You tell me just a little bit. The only thing when I had to take this one down, because I had that mushrooming along that edge there, I kind of took away some of the coloring from that heat treat. I believe that's there. But anyways, that's what we have for you. I hope you like it. My goodness, another piece of Craftsman history. We saved it. We saved it. We made it look better, in my opinion. But you be the judge. You tell me what you think. So if you like it, put it down in the comments. If you don't like it, or if you had a better suggestion, put that in the comments. I'm all about that. And so we're all about hearing you. In fact, the reason why we cleaned it up is because you guys said, hey, why don't you clean up that old Craftsman Axe? And I thought, hey, why not? Let's do it. All right, guys. That's what we have for you. If you're new to the channel, by the way, my goodness, hit subscribe if you don't mind. Come join the fun. This is what we're doing. Hit that like button if you like it. Tell your friends about us. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video.